Hello everyone. Thank you for giving all the respect and love to all my previous videos. Today I have come up with the emotet, another malware analysis which is based on the emotet, which is also known as like the king, or we in our local language we call it as the Badsha of the malwares. Because emotet has not only compromised the environments but have actually done a lot of major attacks in the organization. It has almost like destroyed the organization. It has done a lot more damage than any other ransomware. I'm not comparing it with WannaCry or something, but they were those who are purely the ransomwares, but something which is which is a malware and which is designed to exfiltrate the data by dropping the droppers on the machine like a perfect malware. Okay, like we have seen the Medusa, we have seen Agent Tesla, but Equatet is of completely different uh, family. So why Emotet is important? Because recently we have seen in 2021, 2022, 2023, and some months of 2024. In 2025, I have not seen yet, but in 2024, one of my sorry 2022, one of my friends' organization was hit with Emotet V2, basically, and it has a large more strings in that in that organization. The organization data was exfiltrated, sold on the dark web, and it has done a lot more damage to that brands of to that organization as well. So what I thought is like because we had done the digital forensics at that time when we investigated it, it was a pure phishing email. Phishing email came in. The guy opened the Excel file. The Excel file had the particular malware which dropped on the machine. It connected to a basically attacker server, downloaded the malicious files, executed the malicious files at the backend using the msodde and means the command prompt basically at the backend. And after opening up the command prompt, it ran the encoded PowerShell script. And once it ran the encoded PowerShell script, it created a persistence in the machine. So we will look to the emoted malware analysis in this video. This video will be not that big as the previous videos, but this is quite important and interesting video, which we performed when we were performing the digital forensics, and I was helping the friend, to recover it back from there, but the damage was already done, and the organization basically they used to follow that no talk to criminals. The data was sold, and a lot of damage had been done at that time in 2022 basically. So we will look to now. I have removed the organization name because of confidentiality. I have removed the email as well, but the email looks similar to it. I will go through it, and then we will understand what I am trying to basically, what point I'm trying to make here. So basically, what is an emotet? Emotet is a very sophisticated modular banking Trojan that evolved into botnet used to deliver other types of malwares such as ransomwares. Example like Ryuk, Conti, and steal sensitive information. It is primarily known for its highly effective phishing campaigns and worm-like propagation. Now, initially, in the very beginning, it was discovered in 2014, which was designed to steal banking credentials, but later it developed as malware as a service platform by multiple cybercrime groups. And we all know when something like this is being on the market, uh, many state-sponsored hacking groups, whether it's from Russia, China, India, or US, Israel, they all grab this. But why Emotet is famous? Because of its modular architecture. So I will showcase Emotet this thing, and if I get time in this video, I will also help you to like showcase how Emotet was actually designed, which we identified. So why Emotet is famous? Because it has a modular architecture. Emotet consists of a main loader and multiple modules. Sorry. Emotet consists of main loader and multiple modules. This loader installs Emotet, maintains persistent, download additional modules, including the credential stealer, email harvester, spamming the bot, malware downloader for trickbot, quackbot, Ryuk, etc. It uses polymorphic code because its payload structure frequent because the payload structure that is designed for Emotet, it is used to avoid the antivirus detections using polymorphism, where the malware dynamically alters its codes during replication. Uh, and as I mentioned over here, that it was designed as malware as a service. So command and control infrastructure will definitely come into place. And this botnet uses encrypted C2 communication and hard-coded IP list for redundancy. Its architecture often peer-to-peer, enhancing its resilience against takedowns. So something like this, the email that came in at that time. Now I have removed the company name and all those stuff because I wanted to, to maintain the uh, uh, confidentiality. So it came from like HR, payroll, companyinternal.com, employee at company.com, year this, salary. We have completed the annual compensation review. Your salary adjustment details are in the attached confidential memo. Please do not share this document externally. Regards, Meera Chauhan. It's a fake name. HR manager compensation, company internal HR, and attached is the salary adjustment document. So what happened at that time was a phishing email, malicious word file containing the macro, user enables the macro, and I would write over here the macro code contained the dropper and execution from the trusted centers. Okay, in some time I will showcase you what it exactly means. Trusted, not centers. I will call it as the paths slash folders in Microsoft terminology. Then once the macros are enabled, emotet loader executes. It connects to the C2 server. It downloads additional modules. Generally, it downloads the HTA file, which runs at the backend, and it opens the encoded, and then it runs the encoded PowerShell command, and to perform the task. So what it downloads: credential stealer, email stealer, and propagation tools to maintain persistence and the malware propagation in the we call it as the lateral movement, basically in the term of red team, lateral movement in the environment. Now the dropper for payloads were either it was for trickbot, quackbot, ransomware, and Ryuk. Now these are the MITRE and attack mapping for emotet. I will add it in my GitHub. You can look to it. So what were the mapping for the emotet? Initial access phishing, spear phishing attachment uh, with the TTP number T15660001. Similar for you, execution user execution, malicious document, TTP number this, and which means this is the for the MITRE framework basically. These TTP numbers are in MITRE framework. So we mapped it when I was giving training on this. So I particularly mapped this with the MITRE framework, and we have added it in the platforms like MISP. So so that whenever something like that is discovered, it automatically looks to the MITRE mapping for this particular malware. It matches the attack TTPs. Once it matches, it automatically detects and blocks the hole and isolate the environment. These are indicators of compromise. These are the hashes, and These are the IP addresses and some domains. These are the file names which we done this. We will do it on the Excel file. And what basically the droppers over here is the random name.exe which gets run from Windows templates folder. And in some places we have seen that the same dropper many times, because it's a dynamic. I have showcased it I have talked about that dynamic nature in above. So the name we have seen for the dropper changes a lot. And this is the SIEM detection for emotet. This is the ID number, status table, description this, category process creation, parent image, winword, excel.exe, ends with PowerShell.exe or cmd.exe. Once it detected, it tags to the emotet with the MITRE this, and once it detects it, the SIEM sends an alert. Similarly, we have created the Yara rule for this as well. This is the emotet loader detection. Detects emotet malware loader. Emotet. We have taken the reference from the Malpedia. We have declared a variable. If there is an exe for PE header, what an HTTP call, user agent is there. It connects to PHP. It runs in the current version 1. It opens the random exe using in temp folder. It harvests the email. Okay, this is for email harvesting basically. You can design the same for the credential stealer as well. If the condition matches this is the hex code for this. All of the ems is under the above variable strings. So let's start with the emotet analysis. So I have written all the commands and everything over here. I will paste it on the GitHub for you. So let me open my Kali machine. Let's just perform the emotet malware. So I have downloaded the malware sample from the Malware Bazaar. You can go there in the Malware Bazaar and you can also download the email sample. So let me just get rid of some of the documents. So okay, so we have this emotet.xls. We ran what type of file it is. It is a composite document with version 2 document. It is made for Windows version 10.0. Code page author is not known. Last saved by not known. So we all know the attackers do that. Name of the creating application Microsoft Excel. When it was created 2022. Last save time 2022 January 17. So let's begin with the emotet analysis. So the very first tool I'm going to run is the mraptor. Okay, so if you know about mraptor is a very helpful tool that is being used to identify whether you have the macros enabled or not inside the inside the Excel file. So let's run mraptor emotet.xls, and it shows no macros enabled in the emotet.xls. Okay, let's look at if we have the DDE links. So for that we will use the msodde. Nothing as such. Let's look at if we have the oleobj, means the ole objects. So let's run the obj emotet and verbose mode. So it's done. It says that we have stream available for document summary information, summary information, and about. Let's run that. You can also use the olebrowse, and then you can look for the stream. Okay, let's use ole. This is it's sorry sudo olebrowse emotet.xls. Let's see, we have this. Let's look at workbook. Let's look at the text view. Something we are able to find over here. I doubt if I found something here. Um, oh, we have something in here. See this. So we have something in there. This is bit clear and bit not clear. So there is a command that is run against some mshpa, some http call. I think this is the hex code, and then you have an XPR. Okay, fair enough. So let's look at the analysis. We can actually save the stream to stream.bin. We can do that. Let's open this file. Let's go back. Sudo. I think I'm using Sublime, and we have stream.bin. Let's wait for Sublime to open. Okay, what is showing like this? Let's check. Let's use more. We can see calibri. We can see some random text. Some cells are being called out. In sheet 1 is there. In sheet 1 we have this. So something interesting that we have identified. I think the rest all is of obfuscated, or it's just some encrypted or obfuscated, password protected. Anything could be there. So let's do something. Let's use the traditional olevba, because this is what I use basically. Whenever I'm analyzing the whenever I have the doubts that there will be some visual basic code or something in the files, then I use the ole tools basically. So let's use oleid first to identify what is exactly in the file. So if we see it clearly that the file format to create this file was 97 to 2003, some template, container format ole, container type, application name Microsoft Excel, in which this Excel file was being designed, properties that are written uh, of some no use basically. So author is this, we don't know the author, encrypted none, VBA macros none, but here is something interesting. That is your XLM macros. So in this, basically we have the XLM macros written. Let's analyze it using olevba emotet.xls. So what it is showing is XLM macros are there, only string where it is there. Now there is a bound sheet, sheet information is hidden. The sheet in which the macros are written are hidden. Then we have an auto open function that is been defined. Uh, the the cell value again in which the string is written. Then we have row columns and all, and then we have a set name in which the command is being run, and then we have a fault function. But here is some buffer that is being allocated. I don't know why it is there. It seems a bit strange, but it's fine. So we have an auto executing function which runs whenever an Excel file is open. We have some hex strings that we can use decode function to identify, and it has the XLM macro as well. So let's run olevba to identifying all the obfuscated strings, hex strings. So yes, we have certain hex strings with star dollar x07 something like that. That is there. Let's see if we have macro source code that we can use the reveal tag. Okay, it has given the similar kind of information. I think we are okay as of now. So let's look at this particular call, or I'll copy it from here. I'll copy it. I'll use the let me just look at it here. So if I'll remove first of all the double quotes, then I want to remove the cap sign. Let's replace. Let's understand what exactly. This looks fine now. But what this is? This looks something like some hex code. If I'm right, usually we do it from the back, but it's fine because I will practice now. Yep, this looks like some hex code. So this looks like an IP address to me. So mm, let's open a website. Hex code to IP. Let's use this website. Choose it, do it, and yes, this is an IP address. No, actually, no, this is an IP address. So we got an IP address. So this is our IOC. Okay, and I think I have written the same over here. Oh, okay, I think the file is changed. That is why we are getting a different Xcode this time, but it's okay. Okay, now we'll use our traditional quick one scope. And we'll first of all use the wp file tag to check if we have a virus total identification of this. And yes, we have virus total identification. It is a Trojan detected by 13. Downloader, it has threat names L8, emotet.xls. All the antiviruses have detected it. It has the destination with port 80, source IP addresses to which it is connecting to, and the best is your proof point. So it has the number of alerts: info, high, medium, and low. Let's use another tag. If we can extract some domains, no possible domains. Let's analyze it. Let's extract the macros. Okay, it's a small one, so we can pretty obviously we can say that we have some XML realms. These are nothing but your Excel only, nothing to be worried. We have a very suspicious macro string, which is your cmd/c. It means there is some command is being running. No VB macros found, but we have found the XML macros, and it has detected and it has extracted the same macros itself. So if you want to see the analysis is pretty simple. Just bear with the hex code. I think the file is changed. That is why this is there, because I was testing a lot. So so that is why the file is changed. So that is why the hex code is changed. But don't worry, the idea is the same. So this Excel file contains hidden malicious macro, a small program that runs automatically when the file is opened. So what happens when you open the file? The macro auto open triggers immediately like an auto start virus. It runs hidden command that downloads and executes malware from hacker server. Actually, I will call it as the attacker server. Hacker is somebody who secures your environment. So from attacker server, malicious command, the macro runs hidden command, which is command. Then we I think I accidentally wrote copy command, run the msodde file, and it runs in the Windows terminal. What msodde does is it executes a malicious HTML file, often used to run script silently, and the hex code and attacker controlled website with IP in hex this. What does this do? It downloads the malware from there. It executes it silently using msodde, Microsoft HTML application, likely installed emotet, a dangerous banking malware or ransomware. Red flags. Auto execution runs Excel in this, obfuscated URLs hidden in hex, and with this to evade the detection. Uses msodde, a common malware trick to bypass security, and connects to shady IP, this like a malware server. So this is the analysis. Let's open and try to identify how it looks like. So we'll use the library office. Okay, but it is saying that it can be run in this. Let's show sheet. Sheet name is key and key is open. Nothing is visible. Nothing as of now. Let's delete this. Let's put a control A. Let's put red. If something is visible, no. Nothing as of now. We can see any code anywhere. Nothing. Let's see the select all sheets. It's the same one. Let's look at it. Activate the documents. Let me see the macro. Here is the standard application macros. Can see here something. Nothing is there. One double click, formulas calculated, but formulas again. Run. Okay, fine. We are not able to find it using the library office or something. Let's switch to the Microsoft Excel, because something which is made for this will be utilized to run this. So I'll use my Windows. Okay, so I'll switch off the network. F2, disconnect. I don't want to take any risk. I'll go to the downloads. I have the emotet. I'll run it. I don't care about the macros. You can run it. I'm already getting Microsoft has locked macros because the source of this file is untrusted. So I have enabled it basically. So let me just, we can make it a trusted one. So what I was trying to tell you that why this is coming and what trust centers are. So if you go to your Excel and if you see your trust centers, your trusted locations are this: Excel startup, user templates, Office startup, and all those locations. So if I'll go there and let me just I don't know why it is not showing. Let me just run it again. Okay, fine. Let me open this location. Program files, and we see Microsoft Office, and we see root, we see temp. We don't have a temp. Go to root. Do we have a temp? We don't have a temp. Why it is showing temp? Or maybe it is showing the templates. Or if I want to create a new location, I can do that as well, but I will use the same location. So I'll just cancel it. I'll copy it from downloads. I'll go from emotet.xls. I go to templates. I paste it here. Continue. And I do that. And you can see the sign is gone. And it has executed the file at this. Okay. So the program is running as expected. Okay. So the program is running as expected. Now I will not go through the exe analysis that we have already seen in earlier videos as well, but you can inject the process hacker, process injector, you can open the Wireshark that where it is trying to do the stuff. But what I wanted to show is how these files are done, how these files are written. So if you go to this file, I'll delete it, I'll control A, I want to fill it out, and I can see certain things over here. Let me just make it a no fill. Let me just do this. Now see this. So, and we have a halt function here. So execute the HTML file, exec it, halt it. So running it very easy. What you can do is you can